Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Haven't made a video in a little bit, but I got a new investing opportunity for people to check out, and it's investing in Bitcoin. Now, before I go too much into it, if you're unfamiliar with Bitcoin, it's very similar to how the stock market works, and it is essentially like a forex trading style where you're trading currency. But Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency, which means it's not there's no prerequisites for trading it through like the bank or government. So ultimately, when you're trading this, you're trading a PayPal kind of service basically, and since there's no government control, like you could like pay in currency through Bitcoin to a person, and there wouldn't be any fees or transactions or anything like that. It'd just be from me to you, and that's it. So you'd get like 100% of the money, and that's one reason why people use it. And it's not backed by cash or gold or anything like that. So it's its own entity altogether. But the main interest of it is a while back. I guess they couldn't. Or they needed a more secure way to transfer money without being noticed. Like a lot of stuff, like you'll hear like on the dark web and stuff, it'll be referenced to it. But it was a secure and discreet way of paying for stuff, making transactions without getting noticed. And over the years, I believe since 2009 is when it really gained steam. It's been a currency that you could trade, and the symbol for it is BTC, as you can see here. And currently, one Bitcoin is worth $1,200.99, which is pretty damn expensive. Now, with a lot of other foreign exchanges, forex type trading, you are trading currency like US dollar, British pound, francs, whatever. Those are all relative to their own countries, of course, and then trading from country to country, betting on the dollar, betting on the euro, so on and so forth. With Bitcoin, it's actually backed by a lot of other countries as well. You'll see the Bitcoin to USD, you'll see Bitcoin to euro, you'll see Bitcoin to yen, and because all the countries are slowly adopting it. And some countries, even I believe like China, which is one of the biggest ones, because a lot of their government, how it runs, is a lot of the people, they have to find a way to kind of work around to buy stuff because their country has a lot of control of things. And if you do get into Bitcoin, I would recommend, from what I've learned so far, try to follow a lot of what like Chinese investors are going into, because they have a billion plus population, a lot of people using that service. So when they all find an investment and go into it, it's obviously going to be a big jump in that price. So you want to get in before, obviously. But out of this type of market, which is considered the cryptocurrency, there are many other types of Bitcoin alternatives, or called altcoins, that basically are the exact same thing as Bitcoin, that are used for digital currency, or just different names. Case in point, there's this one here called Ethereum, which you can get on this app as well, which I'll go into in a minute. That is very similar to Bitcoin. It's just its own type of exchange service, and you can buy into it as well. Now, I'm going to make a few videos on this, basically how to create a wallet, how to get on an exchange, how to mine for it, and all that stuff. But I'm gonna try to do those in separate videos, because I feel like it'd just be way too much information to give you all at once. But currently, if you are interested in trading Bitcoins, a few good perks that I like. One is it trades 24/7, 365. This is not on a typical stock exchange where it's only open during certain hours of the day. Or if you trade in other countries, you got to be up at certain hours, to be able to trade over there, so on and so forth. This trades 24/7, which means on Easter Sunday, just this last weekend, for U.S. citizens like myself, I pulled out my phone and I was checking what's the current price of a Bitcoin. And you can see the ticker on here going up and down. You can even see it down to the hour. But that's one of the reasons I like it. I'm a frequent trader, in the sense that I'm always checking my phone, looking for investment opportunities. So the fact that there's a type of currency that I could trade that's 24/7 gives me something to do on the weekends, basically. Besides, live my life and have fun, of course. But but I get to enjoy that facet of it. Now, with this service, you need a few things. One, you need a wallet, basically a place to store your Bitcoins, which is just like your regular wallet where you hold your cash. And there's three options. Like I said, I'm going to get more into this into other videos, but I'm just going to give you like a little bit of info. But you could have a online wallet, which is what this is, what I'm using. You could have a computer wallet, where it's just saved on software on your computer, or you can have a paper wallet where you literally just write down your wallet code, which is like a super long, like 36-digit number with numbers and letters and stuff, and you can have it there. Personally, I choose to go with the online because that's easiest access. And what I chose to use is Coinbase, which you see on the upper left here in the blue, because I've seen a lot of people use it. I've seen reviews on it. A lot of people talk about it. They say overall it's pretty good. It's got a good reputation and for the most part secure. Now, of course, with having anything online, whether it be your normal trading account, your Bitcoin account, whatever, like they always talk about running the risk of being hacked into. Now, just keeping that in mind. That's why some people will say, go with a paper wallet or go with a software wallet. But Coinbase acts as a wallet and an exchange. Where blockchain to the right of it, you see right here, this is just a standalone wallet. All it does is store your Bitcoins. That's it. It serves no other purpose. But again, I'm going to get into that on another video. Coinbase here not only stores your Bitcoins, which you can see down here, it also has Ethereum as well. But you can also see this chart here, you can buy and sell. So if I wanted to buy and sell Bitcoins, I could do that. Now, if I wanted to go ahead and buy it, which I did recently, but I'm just waiting for it to be approved. It takes a little while to set up your bank account, and then to make your first trade takes a little bit. But from what I'm understanding going forward with it, is once it's all set up, you'll be able to make more instant transactions or much faster transactions, basically. But what I think ultimately what this is going to do is just give me another diversified way to spread my risk in the market. For instance, I saw on TV today Theresa May, the PM of the UK or Britain. She was coming out talking a lot about how they're going to work out their trade deals with other countries, how they're going to have a snap election, all this other stuff. And I saw a lot of the currencies, foreign currencies going down. The pound to US dollar, the pound to the yen, the pound to the franc, and all that, we're all going down on this news. So I think the Forex, foreign exchange type of market is kind of reacting to that. And I think Bitcoin, since it is its own essentially currency, I think it's an interesting option to get into. Also, if you are under the age of 18 or whatever legal age in your country it is to open a bank account, a stock account, whatever, you can open up a Bitcoin wallet, and you can open up apps that allow you to accumulate Bitcoins slowly, of course, not rapidly, because like I said, one Bitcoin is $1,200, and you're not going to just be getting Bitcoins left and right, You get fractions, and if you see what I mean, you see it says your BTC balance right here. It says 0.000000000 BTC. So much like Loyal 3, Stash, and Acorns, where you buy fractional shares, you also buy fractional Bitcoins or millibits, whatever you want to call them. But like I was saying, if you are underage, or even if in another country where you can't get like Robinhood and all some of these other apps that I'm talking about, all you need for this Bitcoin and this other setup is an email. And then you can set it up and you can actually store them and get them. Now, again, in other videos I'll go into that, but just a couple apps. You see my free BTC app and my BitMaker app. Those are ways I get what are called Satoshis, which is a whole nother thing. But basically they speculate on the person who made the whole Bitcoin thing was a guy named Satoshi. Oh man, forget his last name. I'm not gonna even try, but first name Satoshi, right? So they call these little fractional Bitcoins basically Satoshis. And you go into these apps and you could play games, you could take surveys, you could download something, you could buy products, whatever, and you get Satoshis for it. And then you transfer those Satoshis into those fractional Bitcoins, those BTCs. Or Ethereum too, which I'm trying to collect. But basically with trading this, like I said, this you could trade 24/7. That's the main reason why I like it. But also, like I said, it's a good hedge against the actual stock market, because the Bitcoin market has nothing to do with the stock exchange market. The stock exchange market could bubble up and pop, and the Bitcoin could still be going, and vice versa. The Bitcoin bubble could build up and pop, and then the regular stock exchange could be just fine, or they could both crash at the same time. It's the difference, because Bitcoin's not backed by anything. It's its own entity. But one thing I do want to point out: if you get into buying Bitcoin, you want to look at the 5 year. I'm sorry, the all chart here, and you'll see back in 2013 there was a bubble, and it was about this $1,000 mark, and then it popped and it came all the way down into 2015, and it kind of went flat for 2015, and then going into 2016 it started coming up. Now if you look at it from this chart, you can see it's at that same previous bubble height. Now people are speculating right now that Bitcoin may be in a bubble. I am one of those people that are not thinking that, but I just want to put that out there. I don't want to give you guys false information and say you need to get into this now, you need to hurry up and buy in. I'm just trying to give you the whole story. But from what people are talking about, they're saying it might be in a bubble. But I mean, let's be honest. Every economist somewhere is saying, our stock market's in a bubble, Forex is in a bubble, whatever's in a bubble. There's always going to be those people out there. I'm not saying they're wrong, but there's always going to be people to cast doubt on certain things. So ultimately, like always, you got to do the research. You got to watch other videos. You got to do your due diligence and determine whether you want to get into the Bitcoin market or the altcoin market. I'm interested in getting Bitcoin as well as some altcoins, one of which is Ethereum, because this particular wallet allows me to not only hold both. You can see down here I can hold both of these coins, but I could also buy and sell both of these coins. Now, if you are underage or out of a country where for whatever reason you can't open a bank account, you could probably only do the wallet, where you can get like this blockchain wallet, and then maybe do the BitMaker app, and then you could start accumulating those satoshis, which will turn into bitcoins. Now, again, I don't want to go too much into that because it's going to be along other videos, but that's kind of where it's at right now. Now, like I said, I'm currently waiting for my transactions to go through. I really wanted to make this video once the money was in there to kind of show you all what's going on, but it takes a little bit. I think it's just because like the whole service and what it is. But once it's in there, I'll follow up and keep making videos. But anyway, I'm trying to think of anything else that's relevant for you guys. Some other things like how Bitcoins come about. Basically, every 10 minutes, I believe, is what it is. A set number of Bitcoins come onto the market, and what happens is like data miners, what they'll do is they'll solve, like they come out in blocks, and basically the miners will solve these blocks as if they were puzzles, kind of like a Rubik's Cube, and they'll solve it, and then every block is like one Bitcoin. So they put out like however many blocks, I think like 25 Bitcoins at a time, so they put out like 25 blocks. So you can earn Bitcoins that way, and that's another thing. If you want to do mining, you can also get the app here. You see MinerGate below the BitMaker app. That's another way to get some coins. Also some alternate coins, like Monero or Ethereum or all these other ones. And again, I'll go into another video on that later on. But with Bitcoin as a whole, I'm going to attack it from three ways. I'm going to look at other wallets that allow me to buy other coins, because like as you can see, this wallet only lets me do two, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So I can only buy and sell Bitcoin and Ethereum in this wallet, and I can only hold Bitcoin and Ethereum in this wallet. But there are hundreds of other altcoins that people are making. Not saying all of them are good investments, but some of those that get picked up and used by larger companies for whatever purpose, they'll make money, and you want to get in on those. So going forward, I'm going to be on the exchange version of buying and selling. I'm going to continue to use these BitMaker apps to make these satoshis, which I will show you again on another video, on how to get basically essentially free Bitcoins for either, like I said, you can either play games, you could take surveys, you could download the app and then register, whatever. It's kind of like when people run ads on their YouTube page, and every time someone watches that ad, they get a little bit of that cut. Same thing, except you, the person, are watching those ads or playing those games or whatever, and you get paid for it in those satoshis, which convert into Bitcoin. But again, I need much more time to go into that and explain, so I'll do it in a later video. But for right now, I'll kind of leave it at that. I'll go in and make more videos. This will be a regular app that I use, so you'll see it in conjunction with Robinhood, Loyal3, Stash, Acorns, my Wealth Front, and everything else. So I'm gonna add this into the rotation, so you all get another, not only app you guys can play around with and trade with, but also another type of market altogether that's separate from the main stock exchange and how it trades, but also it's unregulated. And you can also make it, or you can make your own wallet and account and not be of legal age or legal residency in the United States, and you could still trade, which is awesome. I think it gives you guys that full free market, which I believe what Bitcoin really is that free market feel. There's nothing in your way. There's no government. There's no laws or regulations. If you got money and you want to trade, you can do it straight up. So to me, that's what Bitcoin's about, and that's why I think ultimately, boom or bust, depends whether it bubbles up and pops. Doesn't matter. I think it's going to keep going, just like our stock market. It booms and busts. It pops and bursts, and then it recycles. Then it keeps going up. I think Bitcoin's going to be the same way, and ultimately one day, I think since the whole point of this service is to get around government fees, government transactions, government oversight, if you trade currency from one country to another, you pay transactional fees on that. You go use PayPal service, you pay a fee. Basically taking out the middleman, or that third party. It's just peer to peer, me to you, or you to your friend, or your friend to a business. It's just straight up. So it's a better way, I think, of ultimately doing business in the long run. But just to give you an example, there was a story a while back, but this gentleman, I believed, had around like $6 million or something like that, and he transferred it to Bitcoin and then to his account, which was in another country, and then he ultimately paid a fee, I think, of like 3 cents or something like that, something very minor. But why that's important is because if he went the normal route, if he went from the country he lived in to the country he was moving to, there would have been an exchange fee. There would have been an exchange to switch the currency. There would have been a fee from whatever bank or whatever the money was coming from, and then whatever bank it's going to. Probably opening the account, there'd be a fee. There'd be all these like fees and oversight on something like that, where the guy already paid his income tax on that money he made. So he already paid tax on it. But basically, the government, everybody always wants to get over on anything that they can to get extra money. And this guy found a way around it, and it was perfectly legal because the government, like I said, it doesn't regulate this, so it can't control it. So you're not going to essentially lose out on it. Now, there will be people that obviously are more knowledgeable than me that may or may not agree or say something else. But, I mean, like I said, as always, do your own due diligence, look it up, figure it out, and ultimately determine if this is something you want to get involved in. Now, that being said, you will see more of this on my channel for sure. But like I said, it's in rotation. So I'll do Robinhood, I'll do Loyal, I'll do Stash, I'll do all of that. And ultimately, if you guys hit me up, like, show more Bitcoin, I'll try to show more Bitcoin. If you're like, show more Stash, I'll try to show more Stash, So I'll try to adhere to ultimately what you all want. But anyways, I don't like to make videos too long because I know people get bored when they see like 30, 40, 50-minute videos. So I try to keep them short. But looking forward, I'm probably going to make a video each day this week on each one of those apps to give you all more in-depth review on them and how they work. So with that being said, I hope all is good with you guys this week, and I hope y'all had a good holiday. I did. As always, if you like my content, click like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, by all means, put them in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them. So talk to y'all later.